Electric Sheep is good. Yeah, but there's nothing on TV, so it doesn't matter. I don't either. Yeah, you're right. Shield was good. Survivor. There's a few shows that we watch. Oh, I like Superstore. You know that the Thursday comedy stuff and all that. Sitcoms. This Is Us. Walking Dead. Comedy stuff and all that. Sitcoms. This Is Us. Walking Dead. No. Yeah. All right, what's up, Who Dat Nation, and thanks for joining us on the Dome Patrol podcast. I'm your host, Jeff, and my drunk skill rating right now is a 0/1, maybe. I got myself a vodka and juice.
What kind of juice?
This one's cran cherry, I think.
I figured there'd be a crayon in it.
Yeah, I like my vodka and crayons.
You do.
What's wrong with vodka crayon?
You crayon it. You crayon it in there all the time.
Crayon.
Sammy.
All right, last episode we had a couple of practices to overreact to, and now we have a whole preseason game to overreact to. And apparently the great debate of who will succeed Drew Brees is settled depending on who you talk to. Because just like in politics, it seems like both the Bridgewater camp and the Taysom Hill camp have only dug deeper into their positions based on the performance of each of their favorite players. So put your seatbelts on, keep your hands and legs inside your earbuds at all times, and enjoy the show. Jason, welcome to the show. What's your number?
I'll go with the 2. I
Right.
had a pre-dinner cocktail, and then I didn't realize we were going out to dinner, but we went out to dinner, had a couple of beers, and now I've got a post-dinner transfusion.
Oh,
in my Saints boot cup.
you like the transfusions?
I mean, it's a good summertime drink. It's still the summertime. It's hot as hell outside. It's been hot for the last 2 weeks. So
True that. All right, and Damon, welcome to the show. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good, yes.
All right, good job.
Excited.
Yes?
Yeah.
Did he call you Jess?
Jeff,
Oh.
his audio sucks.
His face sucks too. It just says Damon.
Well, this is better. This is an improvement. I think he
You're
made
right.
some good choices.
At least we don't see him washing dishes this week, right?
Right, yeah, we're going to welcome, I can see Scott's joining, he's watching the show, as is tradition, and John Tyson, second week in a row. Welcome, John. And if you are watching, like, I know them because I'm friends with them on Facebook, but if you are watching, you want to say hello, we'll say hello back, and feel free to participate in the show anytime you want. In the meantime, why don't we get started with the first segment, which is what we always start with, and that is fake news.
Oh, it's not game recap. Uh-huh. You're still in off-season mode, ain't you? And you already played the soundbite, and we're stuck. Classic Jeff. Wow. Better get in the season mode, man. It's here.
All right, so no game recap. This is.
Jeff is still in off-season mode, folks.
All right, so well, I think the results of the game are fake news. We actually won.
Yeah, they are. I mean,
talk about. I mean, what do you think about the game, the performance? I mean, the tier ones, tier two. One of the I think the most incredibly accurate statements, though, that is fearful is like Minnesota's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 outplayed our tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 respectively.
But it's hard to judge the season because the guys aren't these guys are just trying not to get hurt. It's hard. Like, unless you're a guy on the bubble that has to play your ass off.
Well,
these guys aren't playing.
Well, and right, and considering that, I mean, Drew Brees and Cam Jordan didn't even see the field.
The two best players on the team didn't play.
Right. Well, definitely the best. But anyway, look, I mean, I figured the only three takeaways, and you kind of hit on it earlier, Jeff, Teddy Bridgewater looked good, right?
Yeah,
look,
he did.
He moved the ball, ran the offense. We didn't get in the end zone, but
right, I mean, kept the up tempo. Well, and I read this after, kept the up tempo pace. I mean, okay, so that's good. McCoy looked real good, right?
Yeah, McCoy
feel
definitely looked good.
Yeah, feel good about the offensive line. Okay?
I feel good about my prediction that McCoy is a starting center, and Jeff was like, "No, it's Easton."
Did he call you Jeff? Jeff.
You remember that?
I did.
Hold
on now. He just wanted to see what he could do, and Easton's going to play the next game.
He's going to be our swing guy, which is fine.
He's an Easton.
And then,
he's a bat.
Right, and then
Swing.
the third takeaway, and again, like Jason said, it's preseason, so I'm not ready to, give up yet. But holy shit, we have no pass rush. No pass rush. And again, Cam Jordan didn't play.
He didn't, and I know, like, we expect a lot out of Davenport this year, and
yeah, I'm like,
but again, it's like, he's not really at full bore, like 100%. Let's go at it, game day, regular season game day. So you can kind of play it off a little bit there. Like, it's not, it's preseason. Like, I'm not going to overreact and get super worried. Like, it's crazy that people were like, oh man, yeah, this Bridgewater, what the fuck is this? Now, granted, we've been blessed with Breeze for 15 years, and that shit just ain't happened whenever he's gone. Like, that's things that people have to realize. It's like Bridgewater did just fine. There's a lot fucking worse out there. He did fine. And the fact that people are like, he's not the answer.
This shows how spoiled fans are, and it is a rude awakening. You're not going to have a Drew Brees. You're going to have a quarterback who makes mistakes.
Dude, it's going to be so shitty when he goes.
Right. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is not the problem that people have. The Teddy Bridgewater haters hate the fact that he's not Drew Brees. But if you never had Drew Brees, imagine Teddy Bridgewater coming after Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, we'd be thrilled.
We'd be thrilled.
Right.
Hey, he can throw straight.
Or imagine him coming after Billy Joe Hobart or Billy Joe Tolliver. We were like, geez, this is the best quarterback we've ever had.
I think even coming after Bobby Hebert, we'd be like, hey, we stayed good.
Yeah, right. We'd be thrilled. It's it's that in combination of people just thinking, oh God, what happened in the preseason? Like this means something. It's like people just overreact because they've been waiting for football for so long, and they're ready to everybody's ready to get up and angry.
Right.
And,
this was supposed to be like NFC Championship game number 2 here. Like we're gonna make. And now I did find the irony that the first play, like we were on defense, but like they threw a flag. And it's like, hey, there's your makeup call, everybody. You got your flag. But no,
I mean, that will be one thing. We're going to boo the shit out of the refs all season long,
good.
Which is perfectly fine.
And we should.
It's understandable. Yeah, and we should. Now, it's something, if you want to be picky and say, okay, maybe this is not just preseason. I mean, there were a couple of instances where our defensive backs didn't look back and locate the ball. Like Eli Apple did it. Patrick Robinson looked iffy. I'm not thinking like, holy shit, the world's over. This sucks. But it's something like, even if you're not playing 100%, it's technique to look back for the ball. If you wanted to point to something, that could, be somewhat meaningful, you could say that maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, the DBs are going to be, going to have a hard time one-on-one, man to man, if we can't get a pass.
Yeah, there is that. There is that too. And again, it's like everybody's not playing 100% because nobody wants to get fucking hurt right now. That's the one key takeaway to a lot of this. Unless you're a bubble player that has to play your ass off, you're just playing not to get injured. So, you can't look into these results.
Well, yeah.
All right, Josh Cara is asking, what do you think of Robert Kelley's role with the Saints?
He got cut, so he has no role.
There you go.
Fat Rob Kelley, he got hurt, and we cut him.
All right, next.
That must be a Tulane fan, because he's a Tulane guy.
Haha, Josh, are you a Tulane guy? Your profile pic has you in a green shirt, so I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so then what'd you think of the running back play? What's his name? Ozigbo?
I was more worried, like, Murray. Murray played all right.
Murray was a fine fill-in for Ingram.
Yeah. Which, I mean, look.
I think he's going to be.
Yeah.
He might be an upgrade.
I don't know about look. I've said this on the show dozens of times. What was so great about Ingram was he was at 5 yards average carry. Okay, that's what Sean Payton needs from a running back. And I was talking with a buddy today. Not only was he got you the yards, the average you needed. He didn't bitch and complain about not getting 25 carries a game.
Yeah.
And I think we'll probably get to it later. But, and Ezekiel Elliott is going to bitch if he doesn't touch the ball, 20 plus times.
Or get a contract.
Know in Sean Payton, right? In a Sean Payton offense, you're not only Drew Brees is going to touch the ball that much.
And I don't think Murray's going to do that either. And I'm sure Murray and Kamara both know it's going to be, split time to keep each other fresh. But I like the fact that, they kind of worked him out of the backfield a little bit. He caught some passes. It was kind of stunning to watch it and see him be like, holy shit, that's a big dude. Like, he's like 6.
Yeah.
I did not realize how big he was.
Right. He's like 6. Like, man, he looks like a freaking tight end out there running out. Because Ingram's like, what, 5'8", 5'10"? Like,
right.
Ingram's stocky. That's what we're used to. And then and Murray is like, oh, okay. But again, like, I think he's going to be fine. And I know in the offseason there were some questions about, maybe he's a bust. Maybe we paid too much for him. But I think he's going to do what we need him to do in the offense. He was a quality player in Minnesota. He's going to be a quality player now. I think it's going to be fine.
He's a good pass catcher, isn't he?
It does. I mean, he
caught well.
It seems like
Friday
he might
night.
be a little better than Ingram, but and look, it sucks not having Ingram back. We loved Ingram after his initial, 3 yards on a cloud of dust, but I think.
So you're gonna have Angry Murray?
Present. I think he alleviated any kind of fears people have. I think he's going to be fine. I don't think we need to worry about him.
Absolutely.
No, I didn't bring him up to worry about him, and in fact, I think if anything,
I was a little worried
settled...
when Ingram left. I didn't, or maybe like you said, I just didn't like it. I definitely didn't like it.
The way everything unfolded just didn't, it wasn't right. Like I hope the God Ingram fired his fucking agent. Did you see there was a picture of him on the sideline at the Ravens game?
Dalton Belgrade, but he's not Ingram.
And Ingram just looked like he didn't want to be here, like he wanted to be in the Saints sideline. And I'm sure that's just the case of they just caught at that moment and can spin it the way they want to. But he
because Baltimore Twitter. This is one thing I will say. Like Baltimore Twitter is loving some Ingram. They're all shocked and amazed at how awesome he is. And like they're all loving his personality because I guess like they're showing him like, in practice. They're getting some kind of video clips of him, his personality, and they're like, "I had no idea this guy was, this Ingram was like that, and he's awesome and he's amazing." And they're just falling in love with him, and it only makes you as a Saints fan like more jealous or miss him even more. But it also kind of made me happy to see that like these other fans are getting to enjoy him, and it. There's a little bit of a connection between us and Baltimore, and all the Saints fans on that same Twitter thread were telling all the Baltimore fans, like, man, you got a good one. Enjoy him. Embrace him. He's fantastic. We wish you all well. I mean, it was especially in Twitter where it's such a hate-filled space now. It was so nice just to see fans from two different teams, two different cities, actually getting along with one another and not bitching about stuff. It was just over our shared love for Mark Ingram.
It helps that they're in the AFC.
Absolutely. Fuck the Falcons.
Right. If he'd have went with the Falcons, that might have been some different.
If you're going to San Francisco, if you're going to some of these NFC teams, fuck him.
Right. So that's the only good thing his agent did.
Right.
And Scott just threw us a throw-up emoji, I'm guessing because he's just sick over the fact that we lost Ingram.
It's, but...
It's the way the NFL works. Yeah. Or sports, you're right.
Now, listen, one thing you can take away from the game is that we still have the best kicker in the league.
What do you have, a 52-yarder?
He was 4 for 4, that's all I know.
All right.
I mean, again, we don't need to worry. If Lutz is coming on to kick, obviously he's going to miss.
Are you ready
during the year, but I'm not worried.
Are you ready to put Lutz in the Morton Anderson reliability category?
No.
He's close. I mean, when he comes on the field, I'm not worried. I don't think he's going to miss it. I do not think he will ever. I mean, and he will miss a kick or two. It's just bound to happen. But Morton did the same thing. Morton missed kicks, but I feel very confident if we need a field goal, I'm very confident that he's gonna do it. I'm
actually more confident the longer the kick. But all right. Anything else about the game? Anything about the camp? Since we're technically not in game recap, we're in fake news.
I mean, we haven't. I mean, I think Michael. But the last time we recorded was like the night before Michael Thomas signed his deal.
Yeah. And Scott did text me Scott, why don't you post the question in the live stream chat while we talk about Michael Thomas? You had a question about the meal, I think, or something. But anyway,
the what?
I don't know. He's going to type it in there. But yeah, Michael Thomas signed a contract.
Big deal. Got paid a lot of money.
I'm kind of a big deal.
But it's fine because Julio's working on a deal. I'm sure his deal is going to be more. And the salary cap, like we said, the salary cap keeps going up. It seems like a big deal now. And traditionally, teams with high-paid receivers don't win. But in 2 years, he might be the 6th highest-paid receiver. And
correct.
We're all going to forget about all this.
Oh, Kelsey Muller on the live stream. Hello from Wyo. I'm assuming that's Wyoming. Year-long listener. First time catching you guys live.
Ah, very nice.
What's up, Kelsey?
But
lady.
Oh, we needed Thomas, and we said it. We need him. We can't win without him. So it's good that they didn't let that linger too long, kind of like we thought. So.
Well, and the contract was it? I don't know if you'll talk about it, but it really doesn't hurt us as much. To be the highest paid receiver in the history of the NFL, the way that Loomis structured the deal.
We have an out in 2022 if we wanted to cut bait, we could. Like without getting too penalized, there is an out if shit blows up and we have to, But I mean, part of the Thomas deal, and can we talk about there's going to be other guys coming down the pipeline. Like Kamara next year is going to be the same thing. He's going to go into the last year of his deal, and he deserves to be paid a lot more than what he's making. So, and you're going to have Ramczyk, and you're going to have Lattimore. There's going to be some guys coming up. But hey, you do what you can. You do what you can right now to keep it going. I mean, Loomis is good at this stuff. So.
Well, no. Well.
I mean, look, we're going to lose people. Like I think Andrew, I think Andrew Speed's gone after this year. I don't think we keep him. I think he's a casualty after this year. I think we let him go. And then Jeff can see his boy Easton get some playing time.
Swinging. He's swinging.
But anyway, again, my buddy and I were talking today, and we were speaking of contracts, and we were talking about Michael Thomas and and talking about how all in like Dallas with Dak, and we'll get into that probably a little later in the show.
Dak,
but right, but how teams, once you have to pay your quarterback, how it really, you look at the teams who are doing well, the Rams with Goff and his rookie deal, Kansas City, and these players are good too, don't get me wrong, but they're all on team-friendly rookie contracts. And even look, after Breeze became the highest-paid player in the NFL, we suffered after that. But even now, with Breeze making what he's making, those 16 and 17, I think it was 16 and 17 or 17 and 18, the draft, just killed it. Because like what you said, Jason, Kamara's on a friendly deal. Thomas was on a friendly deal. Lattimore's on a friendly deal. Ramczyk's on a
Ramczyk,
so
right,
we did right. So we did it.
Marcus Williams up 4 and you had to practice with the Chargers, and on practice this week, Kamara did not practice for a couple of days. I think Ramczyk left practice yesterday, walked off with the trainer. I mean, obviously we don't know any news, but I'm not at this point. I'm not worried because if they don't come back, they're just going to be super cautious. But another thing that kind of stung about last year is that for the most part we had pretty good injury luck last year. Are you worried at all that may hit us some this year? Because we've had some years where we had a shit ton of guys in the IR. Last year we were
2017.
We had a lot of guys in the IR.
Right, and right, and 2009 too. If you remember, we had to bring the Predator off the street.
You're right, but at the end of the year, everybody came back. So and like last year, like Armstead missed a lot, but once Armstead got hurt, I don't think he was ever the same. Unger was kind of beat up at the end.
Yeah,
but for the most
whatever
part,
it was, that's why he retired.
Right, and like Ted Ginn missed some time, but other than that, we were pretty good. But like if Ramczyk goes down, or if Kamara goes down, or God forbid Michael Thomas goes down.
Well, that's it. Well, speaking of receivers, and before we get off the Saints, who's that receiver? Who's the camp body?
Lil Jordan?
The
superstar Emmanuel Butler.
Butler, yeah, he didn't get just any playing time. I'm hoping.
Well, he got hurt last.
Well,
last week.
He was hurt.
Right? No, I know. I mean,
but he's back at practice now. So.
Right, I know. I mean, so I want to because even though they've been pumping them up during camp, you can't make the team on the bike.
You're right, and that was another thing about the preseason game. Lil Jordan had a good touchdown catch, in that game because you really hadn't heard about him at all in practice.
No,
so it was good.
I hadn't.
I hadn't, but it's good. He got a lot of hype because he was a pretty good receiver at Texas in college. So it's good to see him make a play in a game.
Yep.
I mean, that's another thing to take away from preseason games is if there's a young player or a player on the bubble that can pop and make a play, that's what you like to see. And Lil Jordan was one of the players that did do something this game, so that's a positive takeaway.
All right. Anything else? You're good?
Go Saints.
All right, I'm going to take us into, before we get to NFL Reach Around, I'm going to take us into Look at Him tweets. All right, so we got a few actual tweets here from this week because I actually asked for tweets in time, not an hour before the show.
Look at you being a producer.
That's right. I'm trying. I'm trying to get back into game mode. It's preseason,
Right? You're still in off season. You still working the rust out, huh? Trying to trim those extra lbs.
That's right. I do got to trim some. All right. So Dalton Belgard, will Breeze be out as a Saint regardless of retirement next season for the Bridgewater era to begin?
No. Sean Payton is not going to push Drew Brees out.
I don't think he's a push him out.
If we were to win the Super Bowl,
that's what I think.
He might just say,
he might retire.
Well, right. But that means he's out. But I know,
but Dalton's actually question is regardless of retirement.
Right. That's what he said. Right. He said,
no. We're not pushing him out until he's ready to go.
Right.
All right.
No way.
No, that's what I was.
Oh yeah.
All right. This one is from Neil. One for Damon. Did you prefer Jeff Blake or Aaron Brooks? I saw Blake play on my first visit to the Superdome.
I thought Jeff Blake. I like Jeff Blake.
Yeah,
I like him. Yeah.
I think Jeff Blake would have won that playoff game. I think Jeff Blake
100%.
And he'd have probably won the next year, too.
I think he was a more cerebral quarterback than Aaron Brooks.
I mean, he may have won several more seasons because, man, he was good. Like, what were they when he got hurt? We were like...
Well, fuck you, Jason.
We were
fuck you, Jason.
8-2 when he got hurt. Like, we were doing really well.
I don't think we were... I don't think we were there, but we were close. We were close, right?
Maybe 7-3. So we were something like that.
We were playoff bound.
Right, and Jeff, that's why I always, Jason, why I get mad at you when you say, "Oh, Aaron Brooks won our first playoff game." Jeff Blake would have won the first playoff game,
but he didn't.
Well,
because he got hurt.
But he got hurt.
Okay, that's fine. He got hurt
because he would have got hurt. But that did not make Aaron Brooks a good quarterback.
He was better than Bobby Hebert. He won our first playoff game.
No, he was not better. No, he was not better.
He
than
had a
Bobby
better team around him.
He had a better team around him, and he had Mike McCarthy, not
Carl Smith.
Not Carl Smith.
No. I'll go say he was better than Bobby Hebert.
No, he was not better than Hebert.
Okay.
Bobby Hebert.
How many playoff games did Bobby Hebert win with one of the best defenses in the league at the time? How many playoff games did he win?
None. The answer is zero.
How many? But he is he did win the USFL championship.
A Donald Trump league. Great.
It's a
huge league.
Huge.
Big in 1985.
Huge.
No, actually, Donald Trump said the small potatoes. He said it was small potatoes.
Was he talking about his balls?
Oh. All right, Greenbaum tweets in, says, who was the leading rusher in the first preseason game? I'll give you a hint. His initials.
You got it?
Are TH. Maybe,
do we need to do it?
Maybe I'm a 3.
Right?
His initials are TH.
You know who's not going to be a long-term quarterback in this league? I think his initials are a TH.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, running quarterbacks don't work. But
look, it's just also like
you didn't talk enough about him during the game recap. That wasn't. What did you think of Taysom Hill's performance? We talked about Bridgewater, but
he played okay. But for people to say, "Oh, well, Taysom should be the guy," Bridgewater is a better quarterback than Taysom Hill. I don't think you can argue that right now. Taysom Hill's fun. there's a lot of things that Taysom can do, and I like how we've incorporated him into this offense. But if right now you said, okay, Breeze can't play, who's your quarterback? It's Bridgewater. It's not even close. And Taysom still continues to do Taysom things. That's his thing.
That's why he's here.
He's not a good enough quarterback yet. But he does do a ton of other shit that is
I
incredibly
still maintain, not right. He's an athlete who can throw.
Right. If you need him to throw a pass or two a game, that can happen. But in terms of a full-time quarterback, sorry.
Well, but Jason, what about this? What if the reason he's not progressing as a full-time quarterback is because he's being asked to focus on so many other things? But if he had a sole focus on the quarterback, I mean, the guy's got to learn the entire playbook, right?
But I think they're giving that to him. I think he is getting a lot of reps at.
But I guess so would a quarterback.
Think about it this way too. Like, we're not going to give him a shit ton of reps in other positions because we already know we can just give it to him. He'll make something work. He's going to be able to do it.
Right.
Like, they're not going to put him on pump blocks in practice because during a game, hey, go out there, do something. Like, he's good enough to do that. And I think he's in the quarterback's room in camp. He is doing all the things a quarterback can do because they want to see if he can be a quarterback. They're not going to limit that right now.
Okay.
So he is getting all the opportunity.
Who is fucking giggling something?
I'm jiggling my balls, but other than that, everything's fine.
Right.
You somebody at your house, Damon? I don't know.
Are you sure
No.
it's not your cat?
Meow, shut
Yeah,
up,
my
kitty.
cat. Yeah.
Are you
My
washing
cat's
dishes?
not here.
All right. Chris Holloway, in hindsight, what was a more fun regular season? 2009 or 2018? And he went on. Think about it. Meet around, Pat shellacking, Miami comeback, Philly ass kicking versus Breeze spinorama touchdown, yards record, Michael Thomas flip phone, Philly ass kicking. Which one was more fun, last year or 2009?
Man.
Regular season. He's not talking about playoffs. We all know which playoffs were more fun.
Right, but you think about it, like in 2009, like we were 13 weeks of being undefeated in 2009. That was pretty fun. And the fact that we were at that Miami game, that was awesome,
I gotta say, 2009 was more fun because of that, and it was you didn't have the expectation, so it was a funner ride. Where last year there were stressful games. Oh, and I will add the Baltimore missed kick to last year's highlight reel. But the point is that it had to come down to Tucker's missed kick to win that game. Whereas the 2009, the games were fun.
Well,
these games were. Well, the Falcons Thanksgiving game, that was also fun. There was a lot of fun games this year.
Like how fun was it to see the best kicker in the league in the last 5 years miss that kick, and you're like, how fun is this?
That is fun.
And remember the Cleveland game, yes, it was stressful. Their kicker missed 3 kicks. It's like, oh, Cleveland.
The Falcons Thanksgiving game was extremely fun. That was so fun. I'll never forget it. So, yeah, 2018 was a fun year. Multiples of 9. Every 9 years. I can't wait to 2027.
Oh, God.
All right, that's our look at him tweets. I'm going to take y'all now into NFL Reach Around. All right, so we are back, and back. It's almost like I ran a commercial break. It was the music. That's how long our intro music is, and it's too long. Anyway, first thing we'll talk about is Antonio Brown. Crazy, or what's wrong with wanting to play with your own helmet? I mean, think about, we ask ourselves all the time.
That's what I even tell my parents all the time.
Okay.
looks like a helmet.
Oh, Jesus.
We know. All right, so we know what you meant. All right, let me recover from that.
You can't, but that's okay.
Right. Okay, so Antonio Brown. At first, I thought he was crazy, but I'm starting to think about how many superstitions you have. Like Scott told us.
No, it's not superstition.
No.
It's not superstition.
All right, fine, not even superstition. But if you played, or when you played sports, even as a kid or being younger, Jason, you played kickball even as recent as like last year or last week even. Didn't you have certain routines that I gotta wear this pair of socks, these underwear, this shorts, I gotta do this, I gotta do like that. I mean, you have a certain routine. He's got a certain helmet, and he also pointed out that the reason he wanted that helmet more than any other reason was because of his vision, and that the new helmets block his vision.
But how about protecting your brain?
Fuck your brain.
That's part of the NFL's problem. They've been fucking their brains for 20 years. They're trying to protect the brain. But hold on, this is even before the helmet. What about his fucking frostbitten feet? What about that? He went into a chamber and forgot to put on like protective covering, and his feet were fucking frostbitten.
No, John Gruden said that was not his fault. That was the trainer's fault. They were somebody was supposed to take care of that or whatever. I don't know. It wasn't him. And I think it's how much of it is manufactured stories for Hard Knocks? I mean, I don't think he got frostbite for Hard Knocks, but the helmet thing. No,
there definitely could be some. But
because the moment they did the ruling, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna focus on my team. Everything's fine."
But look, the other players have to wear these helmets according to whatever quote unquote safety guidelines they have, and he's got a problem with it. Like everybody else can abide by the rules. Why can't you?
Because Hard Knocks cameras are there.
Maybe, but also
that's not why he's not with the team. I mean, the dude left camp.
Yeah, remember also just think about back to Pittsburgh last year. He didn't even play in Week 7 when he was healthy,
right?
Because he wasn't voted like team MVP.
Do you think it's possible that he's self-centered?
He is one of those old school.
Yes, he's an asshole.
Receiving divas. He's an asshole. I guarantee you,
he's an asshole.
Pittsburgh is excited as shit that they don't have to deal with.
Oh, they're so happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're so happy.
And y'all thought Terrell Owens was an asshole.
No,
right? But and when did he become an asshole? Once they paid him.
And look, he's been arguably the best wide receiver for the last 5 years.
So he's a junior Gillette.
No.
There's no denying he was great, but he's an asshole now. He's
an asshole.
I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. What's that song?
But you're right. Right. Again, with his helmet, he said it had nothing to do with superstition. I
didn't mean superstition, but I meant more like this is the helmet that I'm comfortable playing with.
Like
and
you said,
I want to use
vision. It's they had somebody. I think Greg Jennings was on ESPN, Fox Sports 1, and he was saying, look, he had to change helmets, and he had a picture of his helmets up on the TV. And he said, look at where this bar was, look where this bar was. So, it messed with my vision. The face mask was longer, so when I turned my head, it would hit my shoulder pads, and that played into my brain. So on that part, I get it. But look, the NFL made a ruling. You move on. You're not going to play with the helmet, okay? It doesn't meet their safety standards. So you just move the fuck on. I don't know what to tell him. I mean, you are a self-centered son of a bitch. Come on, man, get it. Get in here.
He said, I can't be as good as I was if you're blocking my ability to play the game. And for how many years you've been okay with me using this helmet, but now I'm not. Well,
now
equipment changes. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Get with it. So do the rules. The rules change too, right?
Yeah. Life, that's life. If you live long enough,
things will change. All right. Speaking of other stuff,
before, remember when you were younger, you had to go look under sink for porn. Now you got it in your phone.
We had to go to David's house to get our magazines.
Under the sink.
Greenbaum did mention, by the way, for the Twitter conversation, last season was more fun. Look at the locker room after the game.
I wanted to jump to that. it was, man, that Philly game or that I think it was the Philly game. The Philly game when they put Chopper Style on, and they would and they panned over in the dome, and they panned over to the sideline.
Oh,
and you had Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas dancing.
Yeah.
Dude, that I must say that was just that was fun. That was
that was fun. We had a couple of good blowouts, like that blowout up in Cincinnati last year.
Yeah, but
that was the first game of the gauntlet, wasn't it? What we referred to as the gauntlet.
Remember when we had a gauntlet?
We called it the gauntlet, and it wasn't really a gauntlet.
Not so much.
That's right. All right, so the other thing is the Dallas situation with Dak Prescott. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, David. I know you wanted to talk about this. I'm gonna go refill my drink.
It's funny that the Dak Prescott, he's in camp. The thing there is reportedly he turned down $30 million and he asked for 40.
Now they a little bit.
Right, the 40 number has been
the 40 number, right?
And when they say, well, he was offered $30 million a year, look, the devil's in the details. How much of that was guaranteed? How much was that? Reasonably assumed that he'd make. So both of those things are questionable.
But apparently it was somebody from the Cowboys that leaked. Oh, he wanted 40. To make them look good.
Put pressure on.
Make Dak look like an asshole. So.
And they might have asked for 40. It's called negotiation. You go low, I go low, you go high.
Look, I hope to God they pay him a shit ton of money because while he's a good quarterback, he's not that level quarterback.
Well, you're right. But that's what a starting quarterback goes for.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, let them pay him a bunch of money because that means some other team is going to have to.
Well,
it's weird. It's like
Amari Cooper needs to get paid. Zeke needs to get paid.
Right. Zeke's not even in camp.
Right. That's the real story. He's in Cabo. I think he sits out the year.
Well, and he's still, and this is the weird, because he's still got 2 years left. If he had 1 year left on his deal, that'd be one thing. But and it is. And
he's the first. And if y'all listen to any other shows during the week, obviously I've heard both all the arguments that we're spouting here. But not that Zeke was a number one pick.
Right. I think he was maybe.
Dak was a fucking fourth rounder.
Right. His
contract ain't shit.
He's making peanuts. Like I think Zeke was the fourth overall, so he's still making at least probably 3 or 4. Now, granted, it's probably not what he should be making, and with running backs, with Melvin Gordon hold out in this, and with Kamara, like if you're a running back, like I get it because the NFL spits them out quickly. So I get the one they get paid now. It's a weird. It's almost like running back should be. Like if you're that good right away, it's almost like there should be a different pay scale. But
not going to
do that, and I get that. I'm all for running backs getting paid what they can while they can, because in 3 or 4 years you can't get shit.
Right, but Zeke's making $7.9 million this year. Okay, Dak's making.
I don't even think he's making $1 million, right?
No, he's making 2.1.
Wow.
I'm surprised that it was even that high.
Me too. Yeah, he was a third or fourth round pick.
Right. Ezekiel Elliott's contract is 5 years, 4 years, but they have the team option fifth year.
Right. Which
right. It would be $33 million.
But he's still getting paid a decent chunk of money.
Right. He's still getting paid. Right. So, 16, he made 4.5. Last year, this is Ezekiel Elliott. He made 5.1.
Yeah. So it's not like he's not.
Last year, he made 6.8. This year, he's making 7.9. And again, this is the last year of his deal. But again, it's a team option, fifth year, and he'd be making 9.
Right, but
fucking
still, like, all these good players, like we're picking up the 5th-year option on Lattimore.
Right. Okay. Dak, his whole fucking he's in the last. Now Dak is in the last year of his contract.
Okay, which is
Because
understandable, and he's a quarterback.
Right, because he was a 4th-round draft pick, so you don't get the team option.
Right.
So his whole contract was $4 million.
What are you doing, Jason? Stretching?
And he and
I'm not really on a bed. This is I can't wait till we're in the new house and I don't have this bed backdrop.
right, but Dak, all right. So this year he's set to earn 2.1.
Can't do it.
Jeff. Last year he made $725,000. Year before that he made $600,000. Year before that he made $500,000.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of money even for a football player.
Right, he's making undoubtedly 3 times as much with his endorsements, if not more.
Right.
If not more, his Campbell Soup ad I'm sure paid him more than $4 million.
Roberta Mel says, "Who dat, baby?" Go on, keep on.
Oh no, that was it. I mean, so Dak deserves to get paid. He deserves to be $30 million. That's what quarterbacks are going for. Do I think he's worth it? Fuck no. I don't think he's an elite. I don't think he's a Brady Breeze.
No, but he's probably worth at least 23 to 25 million.
I mean, sure, yes,
it's the going rate right now.
But correct. But the going rate from where he's at is 30 because he's a starter, made it to the playoffs,
which
they won the division.
I hope to God they pay him 30 because great.
Oh, they're going to.
I think you should hold out for the 40 though.
Yeah. Well,
at least
they're going to.
At least 5
but he's
weeks.
a good guy. He is honoring his commitment.
He's still at camp, and you can't say that about Zeke.
Right. Well, he's a good Mississippi boy.
But
I think actually wasn't Dak Prescott born in Louisiana?
No, maybe. Yeah. Because somehow.
No, maybe.
I'm sorry, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You sound like an authority on the subject.
Maybe. I mean,
can't be wrong. Can't be wrong.
Jason's covered all of the bases there.
Can't be wrong.
So see, no matter what, it's gotta be right.
I can't be wrong.
How many mock answers did you do, Mel Kiper?
No, yeah, maybe.
Sometimes
I can't be wrong.
Sometimes
that's the fuck.
Yep.
Okay, Dak Prescott was born in Sulphur, Louisiana.
I was right.
And then he went to Harrington High School, Haughton,
Houghton,
in Harrington, Louisiana. Houghton, which is in Bossier City, which is up there by Jeff.
Shreveport, Bossier City. Yep.
Cowboy country. And he ended
Cowboy
up
country.
How about that?
Not Cowboy. Really, it is Cowboy
That's how
country.
they knew about him.
How about that?
That's our new laugh.
That's your new laugh. It ain't mine.
Right.
All right, so we play the Cowboys in week 4. So I'd like for Dak and Zeke to hold out till week 5.
I'd like Zach to hold out the whole season. I think that'd be fantastic.
All right.
He's been paid enough the first 3 years. He could actually afford it. It's not like he's been paid $500K a year. He's actually made some decent money, like Damon.
You mean Zeke?
Yep.
Yeah.
Zeke.
No.
Yeah, Zeke, Dak.
Zach is the combo.
No, they're actually two different
That's probably
people.
what I said. That's probably what I said.
I know, Jason, you think that all black people look alike, okay, but that's very, very racist.
Oh my God! Only the ones who play for the Cowboys.
When they wear their helmets and shoulder pads.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's move on to Pelican plunge.
Schedule came out on Monday, and the Zion. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna go get my.
All right. So, thanks for being quick about it. Schedule came out, Jason, you said?
Schedule came out on Monday, and you can really see the Zion effect. So, excluding the games on NBA TV, which I guess considered national TV games, but it's on basically the NBA network, the Pelicans have 20 nationally televised games across the combination of TNT,
Wow.
ESPN, and we actually have 2 games.
That's a quarter of the game.
Yeah, we have 2 games on ABC. This is the first time we've had a game on ABC since 2009.
Well, is that the Christmas Day game you're talking about?
No, that's one, and we have another ABC game, which ABC does like the showcase Saturday games in the spring. But just the fact that we have so many, like everybody wants to see Zion.
Yeah. Well, again, Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean we've had a game on Christmas Day. I think once before in the Davis era we had a game on Christmas Day. But this is a franchise record for nationally televised games, and Zion hadn't even played a game yet, which is crazy. Like we're on opening night, we go to Toronto. They get their rings in Toronto, and we're the first game of the NBA season in a nationally televised game. I just show you how much people want to see Zion. Like it's crazy. Like 4 of our first 5 games are on national TV. So the Zion effect is real. Now
I might be able to watch one.
You should watch them all. Get in. Get in with Zion. You didn't get in with Davis. Get in with Zion. Do it. Come on, do it.
Davis. And it's a good thing I didn't get in with Davis. Look at where that would have got me.
He had some fun times. It just now and so Davis comes back. They announced that the Wednesday of Thanksgiving week, the Lakers come to town Wednesday, which is a crazy week. So we have that game Wednesday. On Thursday, the Saints play the Falcons. Then we have LSU against I think Texas A&M on Saturday, and then the Pelicans play home against the Warriors. I think Sunday or Monday night. So
Wow.
So
that was pretty fun.
It's
that's
a sports extravaganza.
Fun stretch for sports. Now with Davis coming in, I know that's one of the games everybody's going to look forward to because there's a lot of games this year where players go back. Like Westbrook goes back to Oklahoma City, Kawhi Leonard goes back to Toronto, AD comes here. All of our Lakers players, we go to the ones that we got in the trade go to LA. So it's going to be fun. That being a holiday, usually that game's sold out anyway because everybody's back in town. But that's going to be probably the biggest game, the most excitement generating game here. And I hope there's more Pelicans than Lakers fans. Like I hope Pelicans fans actually pay for these tickets and we don't just sell them to fucking Laker fans. But I know what I've seen over the last decade of having tickets, but things do seem a little different this time around, so we'll see how that works. But it feels like there's an actual direction of the franchise now. Like there's true leadership. You can actually have a little faith. Like, hey, you know what? I think this is actually going to work this time. More than just random. Like, oh God, I hope this works. Like it seems like they're doing it right, and part of the issue of having all these national TV games, and there was a good column by Scott Kushner from The Advocate this morning about, this offseason has been a lot of excitement, but now with all these nationally televised games, it's like we're going to be out in front of the whole nation now to prove whether or not what we're doing is going to work or not. There's a little added pressure of now, you can't just do it in anonymity where only the local markets are going to watch. Everybody wants to watch Zion right now, so. I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have. It's fun that your team is actually getting some excitement, and Jeff has the availability to watch games now. Not that you will.
I could always watch them, I think.
Well, you need to make it a point to be invested in Zion in the new direction.
Am I going to make money off of that?
Hey, if they win.
And I bet on them?
Oh, you got to go to Mississippi because our fucking legislators, even though we voted to pass daily fantasy, they couldn't figure it out.
Imagine that. All right. Yeah. Anything left? That's all that we got for the Pelicans. Final thoughts, Damon.
look, it's preseason. They said not ready to jump off the bridge or buy my seats to Miami just yet. But looking forward to the next game. See how we do against the old Chargers.
All right. Jason, final thoughts?
So I bought Avengers Endgame on Blu-ray today. It's out. Greatest movie of all time.
Oh, did you wait in line for it?
Is that really a thought or more of kind of a statement?
Okay, that's a statement. I'll give a thought. My thought is, I'm being that this could be the last year of the Breeze era. I decided to say I know we were talking a little about superstitions earlier, and my thought is I am going to go back to the superstition. This hat I bought in 2009. It's just a white Saints fitted hat, and I wore it all season that year. I've worn it intermittently here and there, but it had got a lot of sweat on it, and it looked pretty dirty. But I brought it to the pool last weekend, and I got it cleaned a little bit.
You dipped it in the holy water of Riverlands.
I did.
The championship water.
So I'm going to go back, and this is going to be my game day hat for every game this year, hoping that it brings the magic back.
Nice. I might break out the old visor. I haven't worn a visor since probably 2015.
Yeah, that wasn't a good year. We were
Well,
7-9.
I'm just saying.
Jason, when you go,
But
when
it
you go
is
to
the
work,
same visor
do you
that
wear
I
a
wore in
hat?
2009.
What's that?
When you go to work, do you wear a hat?
Nope.
Thank
Thank you.
What's that? I feel like he was going somewhere with it, but that was it.
No. Well, I mean, you rarely see Jason without a hat.
Only when I'm at work or when I'm at a nice gathering at a restaurant or a party or something. I don't wear hats. I'm courteous that way.
A gentleman doesn't wear his hat indoors.
I mean, right? You see me like twice a year, maybe, and they're usually at a Saints game.
And on the show.
Right.
Right.
I'll see you on the show.
Okay, well, on the show,
You see him in hat wearing.
And we've gone on vacation, and we've the hat settings. Okay.
Yeah,
We've
hat
gone on
wearing
vacation.
settings.
We've gone on vacations together.
Yeah, it's open a hat when I'm gonna wear a hat when I go eat barbecue.
No, so he didn't extend that courtesy to us, Jeff.
No.
He said he was courteous, but he didn't extend it to us.
I'm glad. I don't like us.
It's on vacation. I wear when I go on vacation.
I think he's scary looking without a hat. I like him with the hat on. It makes
what's the?
I'm blind.
That's a weird shaped head. Oh, Jesus Christ! What?
It's actually not.
Jesus.
It's actually not.
Yeah,
I've had
do that
compliments.
again.
Do
that again?
It looks weird to you because it's
You got the
doesn't
big
have
ridge on
the
it.
brim,
Look like some
the
kind
brim.
of goddamn. What's wrong with you?
right. You're seeing that through a computer, digitized.
Jeff, that's a nice looking head of hair you got there.
Thank you.
Yeah, but what would his head look
Right.
like if it was shaved?
I don't know.
Ugly. That's why
We don't
I have
have to
hair.
know.
Maybe y'all should find out.
That's why I have hair.
Jeff, next time I see you, we're gonna hold you down and shave your head.
No, they're all gonna laugh at you.
Actually, you need a haircut. I need a haircut too. That's why.
I don't need a haircut. I finally got my hair long again. That looks good. Look at that.
All right.
That's sweet. All right. That's all the show we have for you right now. We're going to thank our loyal listeners for downloading each week and telling all of your friends about the Dome Patrol podcast. You can follow us on Twitter for daily conversation. You can like us on Facebook to watch the live broadcast. You can subscribe on YouTube to watch or listen to us as an alternative to your podcast app. And if you want to listen to us the old-fashioned way, you can go to Dome Patrol Podcast.
.com.
Say bye-bye, donkeys.
Bye-bye, Richard Matthews.